Well, I love someone that can passionately disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a conversation that I want to keep having, because I actually think this could be one of my biggest impacts on Earth. My personal biggest impact is inspiring the world and showing our culture that we can have relationships even though we disagree. But not only do but there's different levels of this. You don't have to shut down and walk away in a defensive nature when someone disagrees with you, especially if it's a loved one. That's one stage. Then some people, like myself, have become aware enough that I can mentally be okay with disagreeing, but sometimes my heart still shuts down, like my emotions still, like I'll be, okay, it's really interesting, but I can feel the pain. But what I can see, what I can envision, is a culture in the world eventually, especially if we're talking about evolved consciousness and everything, because not only will this end wars, the communication levels would be absurd, but if your heart can stay connected in someone else's heart when they are disagreeing with you, especially passionately, that we could start looking forward to these moments, like, because so many of us our mission in life is to find a group of people that agree with us, and then we just all talk about things we all agree on. But what if the mission in life was to find people, loving people that you can still love and you can disagree with them? Because that's when things would get exciting. It's like, oh, we disagree, like, now it's time to grow. Now one of us is going to grow, like one of us, or maybe we'll both learn something. This will be awesome. But instead, most people just end the conversation, and I love it because Jim Rohn is such an inspirational speaker. I love to think that he envisioned the same thing, that he would rather have someone passionately disagree with him in his company, because I love people that disagree with me.
Yeah, right. And I was thinking about what you're saying too, like. Two people that disagree on something. We'll take, for instance, which is one of the most common. Let's say two people of two different religions. Doesn't matter what religion they are. Ultimately, at the end of the day, most religions, we would like to believe, are teaching us to love more. Yeah. And so what's a better practice to learn to love more than to disagree with somebody on their point of view and not shut yourself down and still see them for their passion and still hear them? What greater practice of opening your heart and caring for someone to still listen to them, even though in your head is saying, no, they're wrong, but staying with it and being present with them is a great opportunity, where then when you go to your meeting at work, you may, your presence, your connection may be amplified, because you're able to be in a situation where the magnetics between the two religions or ideologies or business ideas are headbutting. Then you go with someone that's of a similar point of view as yourself, and it's that much easier to work together. I think it's an opportunity to practice non-judgment, or just an opportunity to open your heart, really, at the end of the day. If you can do it with if you're just with someone that are of the same points of view as you, then you're really not ever challenging or testing yourself.
Exactly, and religion is such a classic one, because, oh man, I can't even believe this is true, but I guess people kill each other because they have different religious beliefs. What kind of religion is that? Seriously, like they're not representing the religion's message. It's like it's like the shadow side. And I mean, some people might call what we're describing, I guess, the ego. Like, why do we need? Where did this even come from? Why do we want it to prove? It's like we're so stuck on proving ourselves right. Where did that come from? And I guess that's what people would call the ego in some arenas of thought. And to me, that's just an ego dissolving, in a way, or ego like dissolving exercise to love disagreeing with people. And I'm not saying acting. It's one level, like pretending, like, yay, I'm about to cry, I'm about to kill this person, but that was a great thing you disagreed with. I'm talking about like really just sitting with someone and being like really intrigued and curious and like, wow, so you think that? And I think this, like, who's right? I wonder. Like, just having a fun time with it.
Out beyond the field of right and wrong, out beyond the field of right and wrong doing, there was another field. I will meet you there. Rumi.